Lately I've been on some chillin' by my lonely. Antisocial, smoking solo. I don't want no one around me, man. Baby, that's just how I'm feeling. Strictly dealing with my feelings. Tell them niggas I don't want no one around me, man. And lately I've been on some chillin' by my lonely. Antisocial, smoking solo. I don't want no one around me, man. And baby, that's just how I'm feeling. Strictly dealing with my feelings. Tell them niggas.
Yo, 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 it's your boy, LOL Nick, and I got my brother,
EP501,
and we are
the
Paid Thoughts Podcast.
Podcast.
Yes, sir, DPZ.
What it do, bro?
Man, we back in this thing. Off a good one, man. Shout out to that boy C-Mad, man.
See, man, doing them numbers right now.
Nah, for real, man. That boy, he got that support, man. That was a good conversation, man.
Yeah, it
definitely
was a
good
conversation needed to be had.
Nah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. But today we back, man, with another one, man. We got a special guest in the building, man.
She was supposed to come a long time ago, and when I told her, hey, want to do an interview, she said, "Oh, I just took my hair down," and I said, "No." Yeah.
I definitely had just took my hair down.
Yeah.
Got in perfect timing.
Nah, definitely, man. I know her from the Juneteenth celebrations. She one of the reasons for Don Trip. We did Don Trip, and she brought him to the town. So we, you know what I'm saying, got that interview in, and like I say, just a real pillar in her community. So we said, hey man, let's get her in on the podcast. DP, who we got on this jump, man?
We got Ebony Kimbro.
Come on now.
I need some what's them snaps?
Yeah.
I need some.
You needed
The horn,
something because you couldn't find it. She was like,
What was it? Y'all turn me up. Give me them dun 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 like the DJ Clue. Give me one of them.
Soundboard guy ain't here
Where the
today,
soundboard is? Make some noise with your mouth or something.
For real. How you doing though?
I am super blessed. I have no complaints about anything.
2025 been good to you so far?
2025 January was like 9 million years. January be long, y'all. So January seemed to take forever. February has started picking up. It's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like 25 is going to be a year that I'm finna like really take off. So
Right.
I just been setting plays up.
I can dig that.
What about you?
Ah man, I can't complain, but you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. I mean, I'm cool right now, like mentally. Everything pretty much working how it's gonna work, how I'm gonna make it work. So no, I'm
You
cool.
gymming, routining?
Nah, definitely.
DP, you been working out?
Yeah, I've been on it. That's
I'm asking y'all what
you see, he got the essential water. He been, he been on his clean stuff, man. Skin clear, glowing.
Man, don't play about that essential water, y'all. I asked him for some water. The way he moved so slow and didn't want to come up out that water. I appreciate it. I might go find me a shadow box and frame it.
Well, she said, I say, yeah, here you go. Here you go. Yeah. No, but really, we wanted to just get you in here because, the interview, like I said, was supposed to do it a while back. And, you are somebody in the community, so,
Special.
How you get involved with the Juneteenth stuff?
So, I'm super pro-Black. And I got 2 boys. And we was sitting on the couch and I'm like, oh, we used to kick it at Juneteenth. And my boys was like, what's Juneteenth? And I'm like, wait, my boys don't know what Juneteenth is?
Right.
So
Juneteenth used to jump around here.
Juneteenth was stupid when we was younger, when Broadway Joe did it.
Right.
And so then I go into explaining to them, like, it's the celebration of when the slaves are actually free. Like, they really didn't know that they was free. Somebody rode into town to tell them, like, why y'all still being slaves? Y'all free. And that's the day that we celebrate freedom. And so then after I had the conversation with my boys, I'm like, we don't really do nothing around here for Juneteenth. So I go online, on Facebook, I make a post like, yo, what we do for Juneteenth around here? Everybody was like, nothing. I'm like, I feel like we should celebrate it. I said, y'all pulling up if I throw something? They like, absolutely. Like that thing had like 600 and something comments on it. It was jumping.
Right.
And so I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And the first year, we organized it in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we got Interstate Park. We had over 189 vendors that came out, small business owners. And the first year was over 5,000 people that came. And just every year it has grown. Last year we had over 15,000 people out there. So in 4 years, we done went from 5,000 to 15,000.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing.
This is the 4th year you've done it.
This 25 is the 5th year. We started when COVID happened.
Right.
So yeah, this year is the 5th year.
Okay, so I guess I got hip on the last 3 years. Then I've been,
Yeah.
Okay.
The very first one was the first 3 was at Interstate. And then we had the one at Amphitheater, and then this year we at Amphitheater. From now on, there'll be at Amphitheater unless we need a bigger spot.
Okay, that's cool. So tell the people about yourself, that don't know who Ebony is.
I am just little old me, Ebony Kimbrough. I am a mother. I'm a wife. I am a woman of God. I am someone who loves the community. I'm also somebody who believes that there's no ceilings and no skies. I've accomplished a lot of things in life. I've made history several times. I am Black history. And
Right.
it's
Because
difficult.
that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to get you in here, because your school, it was a tattoo.
So EK
Explain
Professionals.
explain it, because I know I'm a
You
butcher.
right
I'm
though.
a butcher.
You right though. So it's EK Professionals Permanent Cosmetics and Tattoo Institute. This is a long name.
Right.
EK Professionals Ebony Kimbrough. That's what it was for. So I opened the school in 2016. Yeah, 2016. I had my license actually for permanent cosmetics at the time since 2012, but never did anything with it. And so I was a felon at one time, right?
Right.
And I'm like, man, the type of money that I like to make, I either gotta go do some illegal stuff or I gotta get some other type of motion going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was difficult for me to get a job, so I did hair. And so I always was into like getting different licenses and this is that and the third. So I did hair, but I'm like, this ain't gonna make the type of money that I really want to make. So I went to work at HP. I don't know if y'all remember Hewlett Packard that was in Conway. Do y'all remember when
Everybody was working out there.
But do you remember when they fired all of us too? Hey, them people took us to the fairgrounds, gave us some lunch, and said, hey,
everybody fired.
Yeah, it's over with for y'all. So again, I was a felon, so I was like, dang, how did I even get this job? It wasn't nothing but God for me to get that job.
Right.
So then I go and I go through this temporary agency, and they had this place. I forgot the name of it. It's in Little Rock. It's a family-owned medical supply company. And I was making $27 an hour. I thought I had made it.
Right.
I'm talking about good benefits, everything. So I'm going to work. That was more
than a lot of people was making.
Especially at that time.
Right.
So I'm like, man, God, you done blessed me. This is what's up. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm going to work. And I'm very creative. I believe in freedom to think, freedom to do whatever it is. So I'm going to work and I'm looking at how all these women is just sitting at the cube in their cubicles. And so my mind gets spinning. I'm like, y'all ain't never wanted to be anything else. And so I started talking to them and they started telling me. And so the next day I come and they are still talking about, Ebony, you really ignited my old dreams in me and this is that and the third. And I'm like, that's dope. So Miss Hannah, I asked her, I was like, because the owner still was hands-on. And she was like, oh, every summer they take their family to Europe. on vacation. So they'll be out for
For the whole summer.
for the whole entire summer.
Right.
And something in my mind,
I gotta take my family for the summer.
I'm
Now,
like,
yeah.
okay, these $27 an hour is cool, but I'll never be able to take my family to Europe for the summer on these $27.
Right.
And I'm like, Ebony, I know that, you know, this is the most money that you've actually ever made, especially with a job.
Right.
I said, but, you know, you got to let that go. This ain't, you got to move, do something different. So I called my husband and I'm like, man, I'm finna quit the job. He like, hold on, like, what you mean? And he like, why you quitting? And he was like, just stay there. And I'm like, nah, I gotta leave. And so
you had like something figured out.
I had nothing figured out. Nothing.
But you was finna quit.
It was something in me telling me like, yo, this ain't even your vibe. Like, you can't. And when these women telling me they've been here for 13 years, 16 years, 18 years, and they just don't let life pass them by. So I'm like, I'm finna quit. And he like, man, you tripping. And I'm like, I'm finna quit. So I quit the job. And I get a phone. This is what made me quit even harder. So,
nigga, I was just gonna give him a 2 weeks. Now I gotta flip a desk over.
So I quit the job. I didn't show up for work the next day. Remember, it was a temporary agency. The temp agency called me and told me, you didn't show up for work yesterday. What's going on? I was like, I quit. He said, you can't quit. You're not allowed to do that.
Oh yeah, it was over with after
Right.
that. You done told the wrong nigga. What? Yeah?
I quit harder then. Baby, it was no coming back.
Hey, you know what? I'm about to go in right now. Just hold that
quit
thought.
one more time.
Man, what?
So and I'm just like, what? And my husband
Delete
heard
my profile. Don't
everything.
ever.
And he was like, yeah, nah, you ain't got to go back.
Right.
So I'm like, now I done quit this job. I got a little bread saved up. Whatever I needed, my husband was going to look out. So I'm up on the internet just kind of like, well, I got all these licenses in the beauty industry. I need to do something with it. But I need to do something that's going to be a monopoly. So I'm like, I had the permanent cosmetic license, but I didn't like the way that I was taught. And this is tattooing. And because I was taught by an older white lady. You know, they have their own different vibe.
Right.
And I just couldn't do nobody's face like that. I had the license, but didn't. So I'm like, man, I gotta go. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm like, I'm finna do this permanent cosmetic thing again, but I'm finna go and learn different techniques because I'm not doing what she taught me.
Right.
So we go to Texas, right? I find a lady. We go to Texas, class 3,500. I had some money saved up. My husband gave me like $400 and some on it. And I go, y'all, it's 20 people in the class. Now I just said how much I just paid. That's 3,500. So this lady, that's 70 bands sitting right here in front of me. And I'm like, how long now?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 20 people. Okay, so I put that in my back pocket and took that number. And the class wasn't nothing but 2 days.
God damn.
70 bands.
But this is a brush up skill.
It's for a brush up.
Y'all already got a license. Y'all already know what y'all
they don't require you to have a license.
Damn,
only in Arkansas, they required only certain. It's like only 11 states out of the 50 that require you to have a license. Most states don't require you to have a license. Or you don't have to go to school for it. You just pay for the permit and show that you have the bloodborne pathogens and they let you skate.
Yeah.
But she had 20 people in one class. And so it's 2 days. I learned the technique. So I'm doing eyebrows down there back and forth. And so I'm like, the driving back and forth is lame. I'm finna go back to Little Rock. I just opened my books up. I'm like, it's Little Rock. It's slow. I'll probably get a few bookings. September 2016, I opened my books. When I opened my books, I was booked from September 2016 until March 2017. And that was doing 4 brows a day at $500.
That's cold blooded right there.
So then, so that's September. October rolls around. It's people asking me if I can teach them how to do it. And so I'm like, then I pulled that 70,000 out of my pocket.
And
I'm
the
thinking about,
class I
I'm
just
thinking
took,
about the
I just took
class.
this class.
So I'm like,
What if I offer a class?
what if I start offering a class? So at the time, Arkansas laws was like wild. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and put the flyer out. I get 10 girls to register. I'm charging $3,500. But then somebody hated me out and was like, "Oh, she's teaching this class." They called the culinary chef on me, saying I was tattooing out of a restaurant, and I had a whole salon. They hated me out. So, but it worked out for my good because the Arkansas health department showed me how to set up a school.
Right.
So I cashed them out, set up the school, get everything registered and done properly. Wow. At that time, because remember I had 10 that had already registered. So now November hit, I done got 8 more that registered. And it just kept coming, kept coming. So then I'm making 35, 60, 80. And it just started feeling like I was selling dope or something. I'm like, God, dog. And I created a monopoly.
Right.
Because in Arkansas, it wasn't no school like mine.
Right.
So then I'm booming. I'm like, okay, I want to take this to the next level. I want to become accredited. So me and my husband, we go through the process. It takes, so with
I was just about to
accreditation,
say how was it hard getting the
Absolutely.
accreditation and all that?
Absolutely.
And like, are they willing, like, especially Black people trying to get a school?
As long
and
as you
do it
got the bread, you can do
They
it.
don't care.
Yeah. So, your school has to be open for a year, and now anybody can. A lot of people throw the word accreditation around. I was federally accredited, so that means I am able to accept financial aid like UALR and all of the universities.
Yeah.
Now, other people throw the word accreditation around, meaning you just go and open an accreditation LLC, and I'm gonna just come in and look at your curriculum, and I'm gonna give you a certificate saying you accredited. So
Right.
there's different, but they could never accept financial aid.
Right.
So there's different levels to accreditation. Federally was me, big dog. I'm big dog, so I did big dog. So, so your facility has to be open for a year.
Right.
We went with the agency. It's called COE, Council of Occupational Education. It takes 2 years though. 2 years and $218,000 later, we got accredited.
Right.
So we get accredited, everything booming, and I'm really like living my dream. But I look up, and it ain't nothing but white girls surrounding me. Asian. At that point, I had only had one Black student. And because it cost $10,000 to come in, and you remember, even though we were accredited, we weren't accepting financial aid yet. There was another process that you had to go through.
Right.
So I'm like, man, I really do want Black women to tap into this money. So I run a special to where you able to come and learn just brows only, because the state requires that you learn then they required you learning the brows, eyebrows, eyeliner, or lips. So for the whole program, it's 10 bands. But I did it to where if you just came and learn eyebrows, it's $2,500.
Right.
And I opened it up to 10 people, and the 10 people, I wanted it to be Black women. So they came. A lot of them got their licensing. Some of them didn't. And
Is it a hard I mean, you know what I'm saying?
it's not a hard process at all. You just have to be dedicated in it.
Yeah.
It's just like barber school.
Right.
Some dudes really can chop. Some of them can't, but they all get a license if they just stick in there.
Right.
The one who for real messing up everybody's head, he still get his license.
Yeah.
If they just stick in there. So I did that, and started trying to pull the community in and do this, that, and the third. And it just went bad after that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
it went bad after that.
And you know, that's just they say a lot of black people can't work together. And then I don't feel like that.
Before
But
you ask that, what went bad though?
So prior to, again, you know, I told you the type of environment that it was.
Mm-hmm.
People was total to date. I've graduated 589 people.
Right.
All right. And out of those 589, 87% of them were licensed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm talking about from all over the state. All over the country too. I would have people that would come from Texas to get a license from Arkansas,
Right.
just so they can be able to say. So keep
Right.
that in there. But I often tell people this: lowering your price tends to bring the worst customers. They don't value necessarily what's, and I'm not saying black people.
I agree.
I'm just saying
it ain't even got to be black people.
Right.
But like you just said, once you say, "Hey, I'm charging 10,000," and shit, the people that say, "Well, I'm serious," they say they're 10,000 up.
Absolutely.
And they spend
And they
their
come in there.
10,000. They ain't, you know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
play with
Same
it.
thing with truck driving
And
school.
that's why,
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I wanted to ask that before you said what you said, because I needed to know. I needed her to say it before we assumed that it was, and that's that. I like that you explained that, because we tend to, people would take that, and if you just left it like blanketed like you did, and be like, oh, she just because they black. No, you got to understand the business. If we got people who, and that's one thing we got to understand, is that business is gonna be business whether we doing it or not.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So us trying to explain the business to people that's not in it is not gonna work. We just gotta do business how we know how to do business. And if the way the business gonna work for us is not lowering our price or doing something to jeopardize our situation, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Right.
It may be another avenue for you somewhere else, but this business gonna stay. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when you get to 10,
holler at me.
But because I'm so I want my people to win.
Mm-hmm.
I looked around and you know, just what I am, I'm always gonna be honest. I definitely dropped the ball on things. Like, and it led me to lawsuits. It led me to craziness. So say for instance, if you and DP a student, right?
Right.
And DP come in and do what he's supposed to do. I don't have no problems with DP. Yeah. DP show up to class on time. He done did all his models, everything. You a problem.
Right.
You don't never come to class. You don't never do what you supposed to do.
It's because you know him. Huh? Yeah, cool.
And you ain't done none of your models.
Right.
The rule is the door closed at 9 a.m. If you ain't in the door by 9 a.m., you miss school for the day. DP ain't never missed. DP just so happened to be in traffic that day, and I know DP drive from Sheridan to come to Little Rock. And so DP get there, it's 9:03. I be like, he a good student. I'm letting him in. You come, it's 9:15. Oh, now you going on back to the house. But what I just did was discrimination.
Right.
Because if you do one,
absolutely,
you gotta do the other.
And so I definitely dropped the ball on things like that, because I'm looking at
this a bad student.
Well, not even just a bad student, but I'm not gonna do DP like that, because he really do be in here trying to get his. But it taught me at the end of the day, when it come to business, it's black and white.
You can't separate.
It's black. Whatever that black and white say, I'm sorry, DP. I really think you dope, but
hey,
you got to go home today.
Right. No doubt.
That taught me that.
Not no more.
Sure. My
boy Trump said, hey, if I don't like you because you're black, you're not getting a job, nigga.
So it brought about problems, and I just was like, man, I never would have thought that it would have led to that.
Right.
And it got so crazy to where I didn't love it no more.
Did you receive, because now we talking about a different level of money. We talking about a different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we talking about something totally different now, because people not looking at you like this the same person that I grew up with. This the same person I used to work at HP with. This the same person that I used to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now people are looking at, oh, this motherfucker think they better than us, or do you know what I'm saying? So did they? How would you deal with? Because family and everybody, it all.
Let me explain that to you though. When you have a calling on your life, it don't matter if you rich or poor, you gonna get the hate. People will be jealous of you because the way people love you. People will be jealous of your swag. People will be jealous of how you walk in the room and it shifts to you. But when you add some money to it.
Oh God. Hey, I'm trying to tell you.
So imagine already being, because I was popular my whole life. I always have been. Yeah. Imagine adding, and not something that I sought. It just was, I've always been a leader. That's just a trait that I have. Imagine that, and then adding millions of dollars on top of it.
But this ain't. But this ain't no. I won a lawsuit, or I got a settlement.
I worked
on my
hard
people.
for it.
I put a plan together. I quit my job. I did. This is like something I actually grinded for.
You have to think about this. Pause. Where do when rappers die? Where they die at?
Most of them die in their hometown.
In the hood.
There's a verse in the Bible that says a prophet is with honor except for in his hometown. You also got to think about Jesus. That man went on tour, healing folks. Folks got blood issues. She touching the hem of the garment. They being healed. He raising folks from the dead. When he stopped and went in Galilee, that's his hometown. In the Bible, it talks that he couldn't really perform no miracles. It wasn't because he couldn't. It was because they did not believe. They looking like this Mary's son, who was, and the husband was a carpenter. How he out here doing all this? No, we don't believe that. He was just running around. We know him. How he healing people in?
That nigga ain't healing shit.
That's how people.
Now the man that he done raised from the dead with him, walking with him. But when he get home,
no,
and
real
so
talk.
That nigga walking on water. He can't swim. That's why the nigga walking on water.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Nigga, watch me get in that motherfucker
and drown. And one of the things that I have a very, or not no more, but I used to have a very hard time with, was I wanted to help everyone.
Oh Jesus.
And God had to sit me down, and he said, Ebony, and we was beefing a little bit when he said that too. He said, Ebony, you're helping people from a broken place. And I'm like, why you say that? Like, nah, it be really out of my heart. And he like, nah, you helping them because you don't want them to feel how you used to feel when would nobody help you. And he said, so it's a self-fulfillment, even though you may never speak on it. It's a self-fulfillment that you feel better when you help them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that you're helping, I got in a season of wilderness. Didn't nobody tell you to go over there and help them anyway.
Right.
And so I'm not understanding, like, God. So if you ever
tug of war.
Absolutely. If you
war.
ever think about most of the people that you help, they bite their hand. He never told you to go over there and do it in the first place. Nah, we're doing it from a broken place because we went through things and we wouldn't help. And once we get to where we are, I'm going to make sure you straight. There's nothing. Okay, I'll go over here and help you with this. And the whole time, you don't know, you feeding the snake that's ready to wrap around and kill you.
People calling the board and telling her,
absolutely.
Hey, you know she over there, man.
Absolutely.
She let me slide. I failed every test.
Man, let me tell you something.
Got my license.
They'll sink the ship on their own to tell them.
For real. I've never publicly spoke on this, But it was a situation where some tattoo artists was at another school. And they all came to me because the school that they were at was not allowing them to graduate because they done made him too much bread. So he wouldn't turn their hours in. He wouldn't wouldn't do nothing. So I'm like, the white boys ain't finna let them come over there to the school. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the tattoo school. I'm gonna go drop them their bread. I'm gonna drop the health department their bread. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna let them come over here for free, right? And then I'm gonna submit their hours. I'll tell you how God worked. I had a student who had falsely submitted some hours to the health department, and the health department gave her license. And so I'm like, I didn't sign those logs, and their email to me was, well, unfortunately, the law does not require it to be signed by an instructor. So I said, okay. I get their logs, I turn them in, and they're like, well, oh, I didn't even say that name. We gotta, y'all take that part out. We gotta have the instructors from the other school's signature. And I shoot them the email back. I said, well, according to the law, you said what you told me when my student turned in the fake hours that we ain't got to have no signature. So either the health department finna be called Ebony Kimbrough Department of Health, or y'all finna give all 11 of them their tattoo license. They kind of went back and forth with me. I shot my lawyer some money to send them a letter. Next thing we know, they all got their license. All right, they get their license. I open up a tattoo shop. I drop bread to remodel it, make it nice, all of this. And y'all, out of the 11 that I got the license for, them people turned around and talk bad about me.
Nobody wanted to work in the shop?
Well, the problem was nobody wanted to pay. So they wanted to run it like a commission. Most tattoo shops, you tattoo and it's a commission, but I don't know how to run no tattoo shop. I got a permanent cosmetic shop. And so we were trying to make arrangements, etc. But I'm like, hey, I just need y'all to pay booth rent. They couldn't pay it.
Because niggas ain't booking it.
They couldn't pay it.
Yeah.
And so then when they couldn't pay it, and I'm like, y'all gotta go. Nigga, I look up, I'm all type of this on the internet. I'm all of this on the internet.
That's usually how I go though. I mean, you know,
insane.
That's I mean, you know, and it's crazy. It's crazy because when you be expecting people to do you how you would do them.
I don't though.
And they don't. And that's the shocking part. You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't expect. That's something that I never have, because I've been so disappointed by people in life to where I really don't. And especially now that I understand, I could buy you a birthday cake and hand it to you right now, and you knock it on the ground, and I'll still finish my interview, because now I've learned how to give without any attachment.
No, straight up.
I've learned how to do for people and not expect anything in return. I've learned how to, hey, if this is what I'm going to do for you, I'm not going to feel no way if you cuss me out tomorrow. And it's important for your elevation. Yeah. Because...
But see, I guess I ain't got there yet. No, I ain't that grown yet.
But you're going to have to get there, though, in order to elevate.
But I've been trying. But see, if I buy you a cake today and you knock it on the ground...
You mad.
I'm
but
mad.
What can you do about it, though?
It don't matter.
I mean, you know, I feel where she at, because I feel the same way. I didn't did a lot for I didn't did a lot for guys, partners, women, everybody, to the point where, you know, when you said something that struck when you said we do sometimes we helping from like trauma. We helping because, I ain't gonna lie, like as a young man, a little more like people would call me selfish. You selfish, you being selfish. And as a adult, me learning myself and thinking back as a child, I said I was supposed to be selfish, because now I done got and I've been doing and it's been, some been okay, but I ain't got what I done gave in return.
No
And
reciprocity at all.
right, in this situation, in this lifetime, we need each other. It's really that's
Absolutely.
really how we are supposed to operate.
Right.
We supposed to be. I should be able to say, DP, you got $50? DP say yeah. Now let's say DP say, nah, bro, you good. You ain't gotta pay me back. But if DP say, damn, man, I need $60, I should be able to say, hey, here you go, bro.
Absolutely.
Because
and it never be discussed.
Exactly. It's a
outside of
give and
any.
take. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? It's like I say, it's a help me, help us type situation. You know what I'm saying? But it's a point in time where I need you to be all right. Because I'm okay. And if you always need and I always need, we doing bad.
And a
You know
lot
what I'm
of
saying?
times where we fail, just as humans, we don't be all right and we still be trying to do for others.
Mhm.
And I had to learn that self-preservation is key.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's cool. It's cool to
on,
say,
man.
no, I can't do it.
Yeah, you
That's-
have to.
You got to say, hey, you know what? Man, I got more love than, you know what I'm saying? I got dollars.
Charity
But
starts
you know
at
what I'm
home
saying?
and
Listen,
spreads
Straight up. Hey,
listen.
what you say? I
Listen,
got more love than I got
I had
dollars
to tell
for you,
some more people like
man.
that, cause you know when you get niggas get locked up and shit, niggas calling you, hey bro, such and such and such and such, man, you know, and I don't mind helping, but at the same time, like I said, hey man, I got a family out here, I got
Absolutely.
kids out here, I go
Absolutely.
to work every day, I get up and go
Absolutely.
and bust my ass to get this money. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and it's just
And
how
when they
we.
be jugging, and then when they money to the ear, popping bottles, and you wasn't the first person they thought of.
Never.
Nah, come on,
Never.
man. Come on,
You
man.
wasn't the first
Never.
person. Hey, let me call DP and let them know we pulling
Never.
up tonight and bottles on
But
me.
like you said,
But you know, but like I say, you know, hey, I got more love than I got money for you, bro.
come
You know what
on,
I'm saying?
man.
Yeah.
You know, you can call every time you call. I accept your phone call. If I can come drop a care package off here, I can do that. I can do that. But bro, don't every time you call, man, I'm not gonna send you no money every time you
And
call.
then
Come on.
sometimes call to see if I'm okay.
Man, listen, that's why I be calling my boy DJ. I call him because I know I'm gonna ask him for something. So I be like, my boy, you all right? You good? Just so he can't say,
Just shoot
man,
that one in
yeah.
there first, then ask
Look,
for
but
nah.
that's another week later. I be like, man, I'm gonna need something. My boy, you good? Just checking on you. About 3 days later, man, let me hold up.
Well, but the
But
baby, these people don't even. You
yeah,
won't hear from
yeah.
them for 10 years, and then they need some.
Man, listen,
Hey,
No,
when
no
I say I
doubt.
done did so much for family, bro, and it's crazy, but no, you gotta be selfish. Like it's a point in
not
time in your
selfish.
no, definitely selfish. Listen, and the reason why I say selfish because of you. I'm gonna tell you now. We can. I think we can all agree. You know what I'm saying? Y'all older than me, but we all at an age where we understand life and
That was a
success.
jab. That
He
was a
definitely.
jab.
I feel
No,
like
no,
he there.
no,
Listen,
that was a
Cause
jab.
no,
That was
listen.
always a jab.
You don't watch. If you don't
that
watch
was
this show,
messy.
that was a respectable jab because you a woman. But any
Actually,
other
in
time,
order.
you know what I'm saying? We definitely youngest to oldest. Look, now she gonna jab you. But
Nah,
listen, what I'm
man.
saying is,
Yeah.
check this out. Is I think we all have watched life and understood that the most successful people are the selfish people.
No, I won't say that.
Man, listen.
For a certain, so I, you're saying selfish. I think that you have to again self-preserve. I don't think selfish mean you don't give nobody nothing. I think that there is a season where you self-preservation again, like I said, is key. So you're really keen on it. And so once I'm up, I'm not being selfish or, I may look out or this, that, and the third, but during the time of trying to get there, I have to self-preserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same
It's the
thing. It's
same
the
thing.
same. I
So,
mean,
cause
you want
basically,
to make it, you want to
yeah,
dress it up
no, it's the
and
same
put
thing.
some. It's
Cause
the
listen,
same
if I
thing.
can't help myself, I damn sure can't
Can't
help
help.
At
you.
Come on
all. And
now.
You
that's
know what I'm
real.
saying?
Come
It's as
on,
simple as
man.
that. If
So,
I can't help myself,
like I
how
say,
you
and
and
it's seasons. I'm not saying
That's
just
definitely
live
seasons.
life and don't do nothing and be just. No, I'm saying
Scrooge.
right. I'm saying
But
it's point in times where you gotta say, I gotta put me first.
I will say that we live in a culture though that everybody want to be self-made. I don't need no friends. I don't need this. I don't need that. What I never want to happen in life is I look up at the finish line and I don't have the people who really love me clapping for me.
No,
I don't want to. I don't want to be so isolated and so self-preserved that I don't allow genuine love to come in,
Oh,
or
yeah,
I
for
don't,
sure,
you
for
know
sure.
what I'm, or I done got so much money or so much success to where now it's like, oh no, he just wants something. I ain't finna. And
But you got to be able to distinguish the two, because when the money change, a lot of people around you change, and people say, "Hey man, you changed," but like you say, "Hey, well, shit, you asking for $10,000 now. You never asked for $10,000 when we was kicking it 5 years ago." So
Hey,
now
look
you
who
know,
really changed.
but
Yeah.
so let
right?
me. I
It's just,
learned something from 2 rappers. I learned something, actually life lessons. Boosie and Yo Gotti.
Okay.
Yo Gotti's, I forget what song it is, but he said that nigga you with, or that woman you with, she ain't gonna be the same $1 million later. Them friends you got, they might not be the same 10 million later. Boosie said, we tend to get disappointed by people when we done put them in positions in life that they never should have been in the first place. His brother never should have. He said that nigga ain't never seen that much money. There was no reason he should have ever been my accountant.
right.
So I have learned I can still love you and say, DP, nah, you don't have no experience in tattooing. I'm sorry, that's not your position.
That ain't love.
And however he
Get ready
feels,
for it. Yeah, he
then
gonna
he
feel
got to
it.
deal with it.
Yeah.
And then if you want to remove yourself. But I'm fine with how I feel.
Right.
What we
All
fail
I did with
in,
the nigga, he ain't had no.
and that's what we
Right.
fail in is he's good in playing ball, but I got him over here as the agent. Because this is my homeboy from Hard Scramble and we grew up together,
Right.
and I got to take him with me. When, no, that ain't how that go. We have to create systems. And in business, the only thing that's gonna make you money is your system. And if you don't understand systems, you're gonna be stagnated in life. So I agree, but I also say a lot of it, because whether you got money or not, people they change and they act different. They just don't do it in front of you.
Right.
How you process through it and how you respond. Because I used to want to, it would be so much stuff about me on the internet. And when I used to entertain it, I'd be like, man, I would feel bad because when I go in, I be going,
Yeah.
But then I think about, what kind of representation was that for your husband? What kind of representation was that for your sons? And then these same people that you have a response for, they literally in the same position that they were 5 years ago.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come
So
on now.
that's kind of like, and I had to learn the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just arguing and none of that. It's just even just what you post and what you say. Because you never know
Who
who
looking?
watching. You never know.
Who looking?
I get a lot of messages. From people sometimes. Like I ain't talked to them in years. Hey man, bro, keep doing your thing, man. I see you doing your duck work. You doing your whatever. You know what I'm saying, bro. I see your podcast,
I think that's
bro.
dope too, though.
Like I get them messages, but I had to learn. But like somebody told me early when I started in business, I still was doing, and acting
On Facebook.
how I was doing
Right.
before I got into business.
Right.
So, hey, listen, you grown. Can't tell you what to do. You my partner. I love you. So I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? If I was you, I wouldn't be doing X, Y, Z, blah, 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 just because, that could deter some business. You know what I'm saying?
Can
You
I
don't know.
Can I tell you something about that though? That I think we failed as Black people, and I had to learn this because you'll always be stuck in a box. You have to separate your business from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So we advertise our businesses from our personal pages.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, EK Professionals, when you seen it, you didn't know who owned it. Unless you knew me and was like, you didn't know who owned it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to advertise, hire, interview, look for people from our individual pages, and that's how you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as a video pop up of you and somebody and y'all into it and she want her PlayStation back, now they finna tie it too. That was messy. Why would I say that? But she want her stuff back, and y'all on live cutting up. Oh, you know he owns such and such business. You know he this is that and the
That's the first
third.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing.
The smartest thing, if you never take anything from me, separate yourself from your business.
Mm-hmm.
Separate yourself from your business. Black people want to have a face on their advertisement unless it's a podcast, unless you're a model,
Yeah.
unless it's something that requires your face.
Right.
If it does not require your face, I'm not buying DP. I'm buying duct work. I don't care who's doing it.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I need to see pictures of the work. So therefore, you got DP duct work, which is a separate business page, which you don't call it DP duct work, but it's a separate page where the customers they just focus on the duct work.
Right.
Exactly. Let them
We
think a
don't care
white
who
man
we are,
run
right.
it.
They don't,
You know what I'm saying? They be
and
like, man, they do some good work. They
that-
must be white.
but so let me tell y'all
This
this.
nigga.
When and that's just it's sad, but it's the truth.
Come on, man. It's the world we live in.
And what people have to understand, especially black businesses, here's the deal. When I had EK Professionals advertisement and I had black women on it and would sprinkle a white person in it, I didn't get the black people nor the white people. When I put all white people on there, now the black people, oh, she doing white folks. I'm going to her. Oh, and it was so sad because I wanted to be able to, but I had to go the way that the business was this where the business is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Black people will support you when they think you done made it. Typically, that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how
When
it
they
goes.
think you done made it.
When they, man, I'm gonna tell
But
you
see,
how
listen,
how it goes is
nobody wants to.
I don't
go
want
on
to
the
do
journey.
it when you need it.
Mm-mm.
I want to do it when you don't need it. If I need you, if you need help, that's why it's always good to not need it. When you don't need it, niggas can't wait.
For real.
Man, let me do this for you.
Keep the change, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
was starving for a
you know what I'm
customer
saying?
5 months ago. I
and
was
that's
starving
man,
for a
that's just the way of
customer.
people, man. That's how people work. You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy thing, but you are some real paid thoughts. I didn't know this about you. I'm glad, like I say, man, I met you through
No,
you know, I
no
said,
doubt, no doubt.
you know, I guess, you know, when we did the Don trip, you had to tap in and say, man, who are these guys? Cause we shouted you out. So
I didn't see that when
See,
it.
she don't even be watching the
No, I
interviews, bro.
watched
That's what
y'all.
I'm
it
saying,
is what
I
it is, you
have
know.
watched y'all interviews,
But-
but I didn't see the
interviews,
all of the
bro.
Dunn trip when I didn't
Dude,
hear my
cut the
name.
cameras off,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you know what I'm
Who
saying?
was over there eating ice cream?
Yeah, who over there sleep? About to.
But no, the thing
No, nigga, we was
you was over there asleep.
I'm telling you, man.
What you listening to?
It's a little show, a little Japanese.
You need to be listening to this show.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
He-
Yeah. New cameraman on the way.
No, that
I tuned in real quick.
well, come on, cause I'm finna talk about some business tips,
But
so I want you to
listen, check
tune
this out.
in.
What I'm saying, I said you real paid thoughts because I didn't know nothing. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, that about you. And people need to understand the steps and, you know, like the background, you know what I'm saying, for you to say I was a felon. But you applied yourself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was gonna come back to that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm glad
but
you
you
said
know what I'm
that.
saying? Like, all that matters in the journey because
Absolutely.
a lot of people something might happen and people think that's the end.
It's the end.
And they're like,
It's over
damn,
with.
man, niggas ain't gonna, I
Absolutely.
ain't gonna work at McDonald's now. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you applied yourself and you know, you do the same thing I do. See, I'm talking about anywhere when I go somewhere new, you can add DP. We went to Miami. My first time ever going to Miami. I'm in Miami and I'm looking at the money. And I'm looking at every hustle niggas doing to make money here. So boom, I'm looking at all these foreign cars. I say, nigga, that's not her car. That's not that nigga car. Okay, nigga, you buy you expensive ass foreign something
Toro.
and you put it down here and you just let niggas rent it out when they come vacation.
And they ain't even
You know what
buying
I'm
it, they leasing
saying?
them.
Exactly. So then on top of that, you got nigga the yachts. We waiting in line to get on the yacht party. Niggas coming through the boat. Niggas riding through the shit. And they it's black niggas with got the bottles and the chicks on the yacht. And I said, that's not them niggas boats. They renting them shits out. I said, boom. We go get we call one of the jet ski situations. It's a bunch of young niggas from New York who bought jet skis, came down to Miami, set up on the island, and said, and they gave us instructions just in case the Coast Guard approached us and say, hey, if the Coast Guard approach y'all, tell them such and such, such and such.
This where
They
you
done
go.
told y'all what to do.
Exactly,
Listen.
but and this ain't, we
Go
ain't
down
giving
to
them no,
go
we ain't
down
doing
to the
this.
bridge, go
Straight
off the exit, and then such and such.
Come on.
And people came and picked us up on the jet ski
Off the
and took us
motherfucking
to
highway. On the high, we parked our cars on the highway, parked them on. They said, man, y'all car is good. We about to pick, we gonna pick y'all up. Nigga, we
and
hop
guess
right over the
what?
rail,
Other
get
people
on the
was
jet
pulling up
ski,
right behind them,
and
and other people was pulling up right behind them,
and
and
they took
other
us
people.
to a
That
little
was their
island.
hustle.
That was
One
their
thing
hustle.
I'm gonna sit up and do, like just even with this setup, I'm gonna sit up and think 100 ways to make money. A lot of people think because we're as black people, we get information secondhand.
No, straight up.
And so a lot of people think 7 streams of income is what we're supposed to have. And that means you go get 7 different businesses. That's not what that means.
Right.
What it means is you got a podcast. That's one stream of income. Then I go and I hook up and make me a nonprofit. I go get me a contract with the city and I get in the high schools and teach the kids how to do podcasts. That's another stream of income. Then we got the paid thoughts merch. That's another stream of income. Then we do drop mics. Or we already got the camera set up, so we rent it out and let people that's another stream of income. So that's where we feel we think we supposed to have a cleaners, a restaurant, and then an aviation place, and we don't even got enough staff to hire all these people.
Right.
So we're trying to work in 3 different places,
Like
and
you
so
say,
everything fails.
secondhand information.
Secondhand information.
Instead of like you say,
Understanding
when
the
you
7
don't
streams of
when
income.
when you say shit and you just blanket statements,
Yes.
niggas be
They
like,
run.
okay,
I'm working on the 5th stream. I got my detail shop, and now we finna be sewing choir robes.
come on,
Like,
man. It's like, nah, for real.
that
So
ain't
that's why
how
I
it go.
say that's why I say you paid thoughts, because this is the base of our situation. So we have a lot of artists on here, rappers, woo the woo, and we had credit cleaning niggas on here. So when I get you on here, we say we back to the soul of this situation. You know
So
what I'm
now we
saying?
back to the
Yeah,
basics of
no,
it.
definitely, because like
I
I
can
say,
pop my collar a
everybody
little bit.
paid thoughts and everybody trying to make money off their craft and what they do.
Right.
But when you talk about it's rare niggas is talking about the business. So when you get on the business and all the steps you had to take, it's informative. Niggas, like a lot of people watch shit like this to be informative, like to get information, not to just be like, we can hear your success all day and motherfucker be like, oh, she doing good for herself.
And you don't like that's the same thing with a lot of conferences. That's why I stopped attending them. A lot of conferences you'll go and drop hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of them depending on where you're going, and some of them thousands. And you go in the conference and they just tell you their story, but they don't tell you the how-to steps. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna tell you a few how-to steps. And I'm thankful for experience, because a lot of this, when I was sued, I've just learned so much, and I know I had to learn it because of the steps and where I am and where I'm being taken now.
Right.
So one of the first things that black people do not understand when it comes to business is that you don't own nothing.
Come on,
Your
now.
name ain't on nothing. If this ain't even your phone, this paid thoughts phone.
Come on.
Okay.
Now.
So the first thing we do, and I talked about this often on my Facebook, and on my TikTok, we ain't tapping into trust. We don't have trust. So a trust can be irrevocable or revocable, right? Do y'all know what a trust is?
Mm-mm.
So it's just another form. You know what LLC is? S corp.
Mhm.
It's just another form of one of those.
Right.
Okay.
But it's like the ultimate umbrella. So the reason that Trump ain't never he can file bankruptcy or when he gets sued, don't nobody get nothing because none of his businesses is in his name.
Right.
It's a trust. So when you hear trust fund babies, that's what a trust is.
Mm-hmm.
So you go and put all of your assets, all of your business in the trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have Paid Thoughts LLC?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have another LLC to protect it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so peep game. You got Paid Thoughts LLC. That's your operating LLC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So let's say Paid Thoughts was a hair salon. Somebody come in and get their hair done. You messed their hair up.
Mm-hmm.
You got some insurance, but let's say the chair was the weight on the chair is 200 pounds, a woman was 500, and you went and did her hair anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So now your insurance is not going to cover whatever happened to her, right?
Cause it say the weight limit
But
is
and you still
still
proceeded.
negligent. Now you're
You're
negligent.
negligent. So they not going to cover it.
Mm-hmm.
So now with with Paid Thoughts LLC, whatever you have in Paid Thoughts, if you got all your cameras, your setup, your laptops, cars, whatever, she is able to come and take all of that. And if the legal veil has been pierced, meaning what I mean by that is if you haven't been taking minutes and showing that this is your actual business, because some people use LLCs to defraud. So she can go in there and say, oh, they just using this LLC to protect their assets. And then boom, now everything you own as well is up for grabs.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in my situation, when the police came in my house, they wasn't able to get nothing. But my personal assets, as far as like my couches and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
that was the only thing they could touch.
Damn.
That's crazy.
They took your couches.
I got them back.
Where the sofas at?
I wasn't even there when they came in my
Where's
house.
the sofas? That's
So
crazy.
what you want to do is you got Paid Thoughts LLC, and then you got DP LLC. DP LLC is not the LLC that you're operating out of.
Mm-hmm.
And DP LLC owns Paid Thoughts, and it leases everything to Paid Thoughts. Paid Thoughts don't own nothing. So then when the customer who hair you done messed up tries to sue you for everything, they can't get nothing because it don't own nothing. DP owns everything.
That's hard.
And so then you just file bankruptcy and close the business down and then move on to another thing and you good.
Oh yeah.
Now we Paid Thoughts.
Two.
Right.
Come on,
Paid
man. That's
Thoughts too.
hard. I can dig,
No,
man.
no
You know
doubt.
what? We definitely gonna have to bring you back and tap into this. But we gotta get into some more. We
Okay,
gotta
let's
get
get into
into
some
some
more.
stuff, man. Which you probably familiar with this. So you do the Juneteenth situation, so you familiar with booking artists and having them
Yes.
come. Okay, recently, somebody is having Summer Walker come down.
Okay.
So, and on the
I seen that.
page it says Summer Walker hosting a party in Little Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people like, this, man, forget all that, woo de woo. Like, man, that ain't it, man. Like, yeah, I don't care about that. And a promoter says, it's sad that people can't appreciate Summer Walker coming to host a party in Little Rock.
That's what the promoter said?
Yeah, that's what a promoter said.
Okay.
And we took a chance spending $20,000, woo de woo. How you feel about that? How do you feel when it comes to that situation and coming, when it should people be excited about a celebrity coming to host a party?
No. So now I'll say this. Say for instance, now Kobe, I'm real P, so I don't really care about celebrities.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant was probably the only celebrity that if I ever seen him right here, I would ask for a picture.
Yeah.
If Kobe Bryant was hosting a party, I would go just so I can be in the presence of Kobe Bryant.
Right, greatness.
In the presence of greatness, absolutely. But Kobe Bryant doesn't sing. So I know he's not gonna be in the club dribbling no ball.
Right.
So if I see Kobe Bryant on there, I'm cool with going just to be able to go and see him. Where I think where promoters kind of get over in the city, because don't nobody read.
Right.
So if I post Beyonce on the flyer and I have hosted in small letters, it looked like Beyonce finna perform. And I think that with the way that the market is, I'm looking at it from the promoter, and because I'm gonna give you the promoter side as well.
Well, y'all know y'all wasn't getting Beyonce to come perform. Y'all tickets won for $40. Beyonce tickets cost $100.
Right. But now this is from the consumer standpoint. I'm gonna give you both standpoints. From a consumer standpoint, the market, and I'm gonna just be honest, and we probably gonna have a viral moment, but whatever it is, what it is. The market for concerts in Little Rock is trash. The show quality, the music, the hosting, and sometimes even the acts that they bring, it's not quality. And the pricing don't match up for what I'm getting.
Come on now.
So, as a consumer, I personally would not be excited to see Summer Walker host.
Come on, bro.
Now, if she come and sing that song, she did with us, nah, it's different.
on, bro.
Now, if she coming to sing,
But from a promoter standpoint, the city don't support concerts because it's been so many janky ones. And so from a promoter standpoint, if I can win off of just paying $20,000 to get her to host and don't take no loss, paying $100,000 to get her to perform, I'm gonna go with the 20.
Niggas ought to be goddamn happy.
I'm going with the 20.
Yeah.
I'm going with the 20. So
yeah.
that I get it from a consumer standpoint and from a promoter standpoint is risky. With Little Rock, everything is risky because nobody believes somebody gonna have the event. So the ticket, you don't know, and this gonna be messy, but I'm just gonna say it. A lot of the people who throw concerts, I'm not saying this particular person because I don't know who's throwing it.
Yeah.
They don't have the money.
Yeah,
and so the ticket sales be dependent upon them being able to pay their back end.
No, definitely, and because people want to make a big splash. Whole time, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I threw parties, you know what I'm saying? I think I ain't gonna say everybody, but if you was a hustler coming up, I think you done took a dive in some everything.
Right.
But the idea of people, of promoters saying it's sad that people can't appreciate somebody coming as if niggas just care about celebrities and not being entertained.
Right.
It shows that I don't think too much of y'all, or y'all don't think too much of yourselves, that y'all just want to be in the presence of somebody that's on TV. No, nigga, I want to hear her sing. I don't care if she in this motherfucker talking about some wave your hands in the air. Like,
take a shot with me.
Yeah, like, come on and shout out clock.
When they host, that's what they do.
That's all. You not doing nothing. They could play her song.
It's like a walkthrough.
It's not like a walkthrough. It's just I can stay there.
It's better than a walkthrough.
Right.
The walkthrough they ain't really
stay there
doing
the whole
shit.
time.
Yeah.
But they on the mic, but they don't sing.
And see, I know some of them different.
Do.
Some of them might get on the mic and ad-lib their song. So if you play their song, but a lot of the bigger artists, they don't play that.
Yeah.
Because they feel like
don't play
the
my
promoter
shit
trying to
you
trick
get a free concert.
Right, exactly.
That's how they do it. Yeah, don't play my song.
No, she probably get the mic. She probably don't get the mic, and she'll probably be up there. And when her song come on, she just vibing with everybody. And it's like, damn, bro, we don't live in a place where we could just spend money to just see a person. We need, when our money is spent, we want to get something from it.
Right.
So it's just like, bro, if we gon' if we gonna do something, let's just do it the whole way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
And that's just it. Cause like I say, what's this like Modesto, baby, a walk up town?
But see, that was kind of the. I mean, you know, from my understanding, that was the issue with the Tank concert when Tank came down here.
So
You know what I'm
now I
saying?
went and read the court
don't-
papers on the Tank situation.
Right.
Cause
Man,
I just like reading legal stuff.
yeah.
From what I read, is Tank was paid for. We're gonna say allegedly. Tank was paid for a hosting.
Right.
And when Tank got here, people in the airport, etc., like, oh, I'm coming to your concert. And so then when they go and do their due diligence and look to see how it was promoted as a concert. But he had only been paid for a hosting. So then when he gets there, he like, hey, you've been promoting it as this. So these people are here for this. Either you give me this other portion as a concert, or I'm not even going out as a hosting, because they're going to be disappointed because they think they're here for a concert. So the parties did not want to pay. I think it was another 30 or 60,000. I don't remember what it was. They didn't want to pay that and felt like he should still go out. He didn't feel like he should go out because he knew that the people was expecting a concert.
That's what he was saying. Like you say, when he on the mic and they play, they were expecting Tank to goddamn sing this song. But Tank gonna be like, hey, nigga, hold on.
Tank gonna be like, go ahead and sing it, dog.
But with the Summer Walker thing, it does says hosted on there.
No, it says hosted.
But I don't think with the Tank thing it said. I'm not sure. I don't think with the Tank thing it said hosted.
Right.
But
allegedly.
Allegedly. We always gonna say allegedly. But I just think that the market for those type of things, like I said, a lot of times they don't be having the money. If you're going to throw a concert, you have to have the money, because you can't, especially in this market, you can't wait to get the ticket sales to be able to pay the back end, because Little Rock buying at the door because they don't know if anybody going to show up or not. So now you trying to wait to see if you getting your back end from the ticket sales and the artists, because as soon as they land on the down and you see them, you supposed to cash them out.
Yes. Now, so I ain't gonna lie. You know, you gotta give props what props do. Some replicable individuals such as a Rod D,
Right, that's bro.
or Nick Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas.
So when I see certain things, I'm saying, I know bro show gonna be all right. Like Dizzle, I know Dizzle's gonna.
Rod D the one I'm stamping.
Yeah. So, I mean,
for sure. Rod D I'm stamping for sure.
Stamp Rod, you know what I'm
saying? But here's the thing. What is crazy that you'll have people on the internet calling other people scammers, but they're involved with the Moneybag Yo concert. They was involved with Tank. They was involved with all these concerts, and these people bought these tickets and never got their money back.
So niggas ain't never got refunds back?
Yeah. Now you knew that.
No, I didn't.
No,
I
we
didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
I thought everybody got their money back.
I thought it would have been a lot of more hell raised.
It was. I have seen people say several times on the Tank situation. Now, I have also, and this is how Little Rock do, and I think it's unfortunate. The people that's popping, they all got their money back. Because it's like, okay, that's Ebony. I know she don't get her money back. She make a post, the whole city gonna know. Versus if they don't know you,
Lil Tony ain't get his money back. Lil Tony got bought his booth and got there. Lil Tony like, damn, bro, my little money gone.
And so I've seen both sides. I've seen my Facebook friends say, I never got my Tank money back, and they just real chill and low key. And then I done seen the ones who say, hey, I never got my money back, your money back. But then I see the ones where I got mine back, but you also got 15,000 followers. You always on Facebook. Everybody know you. Everybody pull up to your events. So they looked out for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just think that, in this market, I don't think you're going to win off of A-list artists.
Right.
I think that you should take them to Fayetteville where everything sell out.
Yeah.
Like a mo. Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
That's just
My first time seeing Boosie was in Fayetteville. You know what I'm
that's just
saying?
I think that, it's just different. I think that here they like trick you, but you can win off of what they don't understand is like, okay, Done Trip ran me $7,000 or $8,000, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody, I had people from Louisiana, everybody came.
Mm-hmm.
So you can win off of a show, but trying to, you have to be able to judge. Like I was telling y'all, asking y'all, what do y'all think about these artists? What do y'all think? It don't have to be somebody that's gonna cost you $350,000.
Nah, for
Right.
real. For
It could
real.
be somebody that just not Webby. I'm so tired of, like, I
I was
know he
just
got an
about to say,
Webby
well,
don't
apartment.
what?
even get no good shows no more,
I was
bro.
so what about then when people say, oh, they bringing them old ass artists, or they bringing, you know what I'm
But
saying?
I feel that because I personally think Webby got an apartment in the link somewhere, as much as he be down here. I'm saying, okay, like, if you hop on somebody, say for instance, when Glorilla was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all remember D-Dirt did the interview with her.
Right.
So if you book somebody like that, as soon as they popping, how you gonna sell out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Everybody pulling up.
no
But
doubt.
we wait until they worth 50 million and then they charging 350,000. Unless you got money, you're not gonna see that type of money from an event here in Little Rock up front.
Yeah, and I don't know who running this hall, but shout out to them because
Cause they
they
do
ain't
some good,
disappointed.
they do
So
some
I know
good,
the people who run the
They ain't
hall,
disappointed.
and
they doing good
the
business.
thing is, it's a different demographic
Yeah.
who run it. It's
And
a different market, um, and they have systems,
mm-hmm.
and they got money. They're not. They're the thing that I feel. A lot of people do, except I ain't gonna say that, but the thing that I think a lot of people do with these concerts is they're looking to make a come up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Now, but it's very different in looking to make a come up versus running a business.
Right.
So, if I want to be a party promoter, I need to already have a financial backing, or not a party promoter, but a concert promoter. I need to already have a financial backing of 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm trying to bring somebody like a Summer Walker that's gonna cost me 150.
Mm-hmm.
So then I bring her. I gotta make sure that the sound and stage is good. That's gonna cost me 30 or 40.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than that, especially if you get the Verizon Arena is 55,000 to rent.
Mm-hmm.
And then any sound package to cover that probably run you about 100.
Mm-hmm.
So they get in there doing stuff like that, trying to piece stuff together and realize they done ran out of money.
Right.
And so they're waiting on the ticket sales. But then when you go to a place like the Hall, or you go to a place like Verizon, they're signed up with Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster typically don't kick that check out until a couple of weeks after
After. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the event. So if you don't have a financial backing, we got to cancel it.
Yeah. The
So I
hall.
think that's what a lot of a lot is going on, that the money don't be in place.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in
Then you
place.
gotta crawl before you walk. You know, I mean, like you just said, if you're wanting to be a concert promoter, and you can't spend your whole last on your first concert thinking, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what
I'm
they
finna
do
make
though.
it back and I'm finna get on and I'm gonna be on,
Yeah.
baby. I'm
Oh
going for
man.
Young Jeezy for, you know what
I
I'm
did
For
that shit.
real.
I did that.
That's
saying?
but
I,
Hold on, bro.
I respect it because you
Let's
gotta take
I
get,
them risks.
did
let's
that
go
shit.
get A-Ball
I
them
did
first. Let's
that.
go before we start getting
Oh
Jeezy. Let's,
man, they can bring A Ball here, A Ball MJG. I'ma go every
every
time,
Yeah,
time,
man. I
for
bro.
don't give
real
a
We
though.
damn.
pick it.
Keep
Nah,
bringing
no
them
For
doubt.
old
real
No,
niggas
no
though.
here, cause
doubt.
For
I'm
real
going.
though.
No, no
But
doubt.
now, okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. We was on a local tip.
It's a touchy
It's
subject.
definitely a touchy subject, and the disclaimer is that put a disclaimer in there. We are not victim blaming or making excuses for predatorial
Behavior.
behavior.
Okay, I know what you're
So
talking
I
about.
want people to understand that this is a conversation of not too much emotion, but a lot of logic. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to get to the bottom of the situation. So I guess a guy from North Little Rock or Little Rock, he's been accused of dealing with young kids or whatever.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? And he's like I say, he kind of low key went viral. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say viral because everybody talking about it in Arkansas. Um, and he went to jail. I guess he bonded out, but I guess he got
he
a young,
bonded out.
yeah, somebody bonded him out. But somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's a young girl. I guess he got pregnant. You know, but and it's not to even touch on that, but this is the stem for this
For the
conversation. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And it's been too many situations like this, like the girl that went missing when she got pregnant by the auntie husband.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you
And
think
they
about that
allegedly
situation too.
she did.
Yeah,
He did,
allegedly she
dog.
Yeah.
did. They ain't found
Yeah.
nobody, but allegedly she did. So the thing is, my question, and a dude posted a status, and it kind of went crazy. People
I
was on
blocked
his
him.
ass, and I understand, and I shared it. I shared it because it's a timing for everything. It was really wrong timing. If you read the status, I understood his sentiment. I'm not saying I agree with every
You
word,
understood what he was
but I
saying.
understood
What he was trying
as
to
a man.
articulate.
Yeah, what he was trying to articulate,
Right.
that's what I understood.
Right.
Bitch ass nigga, you
You know
shouldn't
what
have
I'm
never
saying?
should.
So when I
Hoe ass
shared it,
nigga.
I had two people comment, but the two comments kind of let me know, let me delete this shit because
Yeah.
y'all trying to take it, y'all emotional and y'all trying to turn me into something I'm not saying. So I deleted it. And I say, what I'm saying is when I understood what he was saying because logically there is it's another conversation we need to have about accountability. And my question for you is being a woman with, you got sons, but being a
I
woman,
got a daughter too.
oh, you got a daughter? Okay, cool. Well, that's even better. Being a woman with a daughter, what can people, women, mothers, fathers do to keep these type of situations from happening?
Nothing. Nothing at all to simply answer your question. So you got parent B, got parent A, parent B, right? Parent A, trifling. Kids out here running around doing whatever they want to do. She got a daughter. The daughter hot, bot, quote unquote, fast, quote unquote. She don't care about her talking to boys. She's 16. Boys can come to the house. You got parent B, 2-parent home. They helicopter parents. They always right there where their kids are. Excellent parents, kids making excellent grades in school. Extracurricular activities, they're all about their children, and they both get sexually assaulted.
Right.
What could they have done different? They've done everything that they're supposed to do. But then come to find out, her basketball coach, when they're going in for halftime, is calling her in the office and he's sexually fondling her. Cause that's the only time that he get.
Right.
You notice when she come out, she ain't playing like she was the first quarter, but you just think it's because she's emotional about the game.
Right.
The whole time she's being sexually assaulted by her coach.
Right.
What could they have done different? The problem is, even though people want to focus on the parenting, certain situations will make it more easy to do it. It'll make it more easy to do it. But the problem is, grown men and grown women just ain't supposed to touch kids.
No doubt. So
Period.
that's my thing about the whole situation. So when a motherfucker say, hey, well, she fast, well, she this, well, let her be fast with boys her age. Because, nigga, why are your grown ass even liking or looking?
Why do you
How
even
is
have
that
an
even a
interest?
turn on to you? But some motherfuckers is sick niggas. So, like, this is what I'm saying. But this is my thing right here to say. This is my thing right here. I'm 41. So when I was 17, 18, you know, because I graduated when I was 17. So when I was 15, 16, 17, you know, it was girls that, shit, I wanted to holler at at school that wasn't holler at niggas our age. But I
It
know
was
some
the
of my
dope
big
boys that was
homies,
come picking
they
them
was
up.
coming to pick them up.
Absolutely.
So now when I'm grown, I'm looking like, damn, nigga, you 10 years older than me, nigga. Shit, I
You
was
sick.
17, you was 20 something, nigga. You was, so it's like, damn. But you also have people that are saying, well, women that say, well, shit, when I was 20, I had a 30-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
And you
I,
were sexually
you know what I'm saying?
assaulted.
Right. But they're validating that and saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a different time. It's a different change.
It's
So
not.
on me, I'm saying,
It's all
at
sick.
41 years old, there's nothing that a 20, 17, 18, you can't, you don't, it don't excite me.
At all.
So every nigga not gonna be me though.
Right.
Man,
Every man is not gonna be
and
me
that's-
and say, hey, well, you get your young ass out of here.
But
You
the
know what
thing,
I'm
the
saying?
ones who don't, they're sick.
They are.
They're the ones who don't, they're
but
sick.
see, that's what I'm saying. See, you sound like them niggas on my status because what you just said is a problem. You said there's nothing that they could have did. It definitely is something that we could do as parents
No.
because I have kids. What I'm saying, if
It's
we
not.
keep on, if we say, because like DP said, me and DP held this conversation. Every nigga is not like me and DP. We don't want no damn kids. That's not attractive.
Well,
but
I'm
we
not
know
talking about the men,
no,
though.
listen. What I'm saying is you can prepare your child to do something. We can hold these conversations. We can really
when an
hone
old nigga
in
try to holler
because
at
we
you,
can
you supposed to
exactly
say,
like
hey, old nigga, get your ass the fuck up out of here.
Come on now, like
Right.
we can really.
But
what I'm saying is when people the touchy shit is when people don't want to have these conversations and we want to put it strictly on the predator. This is not no
It's
excuse
only
for
on
the
the predator,
No,
though.
listen. No,
It's only on the predator.
We can't. What I'm saying is, it's ways that we can predict. We can go ahead and cut this shit at the nose because I dealt with younger females when I was a child, when I was young, that didn't like older niggas.
Right.
Older niggas turned them off. They was like, man, that old ass nigga. They didn't care how.
nigga old enough to be my uncle.
Like, come on, man. Like, even like niggas.
But I think that this is the thing that I want you to feel me on. I made a status the other day. I said, imagine your child dying tragically in a car wreck because he was speeding, right? And I done seen you speed before. And I say, it's your fault he died. You speed. That's how people sound when they say, it's your fault or you could have done some type of different parenting when somebody's child has been raped or molested.
Right.
That's what it sounds like. Because my child was speeding. Yeah, I taught him how to drive, but I didn't create the environment when it happened in that moment. Yes, I taught him about cars, I taught him this, but I didn't create him crashing into that other car. I couldn't protect him from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when someone says, oh, well, you could have parented better.
Okay, folks. Not to cut you off, but to put a little bit more emphasis.
Okay.
The situation with the young lady that had a full blown relationship, or she thought she had a full blown relationship with the older man. You don't feel like parenting has something to do with that?
So let me explain to you. Again, in our eyes, we looking at parenting, right?
And it's not about, this is not strictly about parenting. That's why I said I'm not making no excuses for predators. What I'm saying is.
So this is why I'm glad you deleted that status, because this is why. As soon as, whenever it's shifted to the parent, you make an excuse for the predator.
No.
Yes.
But see, this is my thing on that.
No, so we don't hold no. Where is the accountability in this? That's my real question.
So okay, now a young girl could come in here right now, and she could have a crop top on, she could be pee popping on the handstand, and can have a thong on. Y'all gonna tell her, hey, who daughter is this? Get her up out of here. It doesn't matter what the child is doing. It don't matter if the parent is involved or not involved. The predator is not supposed to make that move. So the accountability only lies with him.
I agree to an extent, but this is my thing right here because listen, bro, listen, you got to understand this. But see, I'm 41. I'll be 42 in July. Nigga, when I was 20, you know what I'm saying? When I was in my 20s, I thought I was the coldest motherfucker walking this motherfucker. Yeah, I had the game, and the gift of gab, and you know what I'm saying? So, nigga, if you think about how a grown man can shoot this shit to a grown woman and have a grown woman shit, googly and motherfucker shit. So just think if a nigga is manipulative and he good with words and he just shit, if this motherfucker is a kid, her mind's not even developed yet. So nigga, you tell this motherfucker some good shit in her mind. This motherfucker love me. I'm in a relationship. So it's a grooming that the nigga is doing. So you can't say, well, damn, what could the parent have done? You know what I'm saying?
So what you are trying to articulate is this. This is what you're trying to articulate. Should there be instances where it's less prone to happen?
I'm saying the same thing. What I'm saying is,
But
how can we prevent it?
Well, you can't prevent it.
yes, we can. Who are we raising, or are we raising the right way to say if I have a daughter, which I have nieces, I didn't raise my nieces a lot, but you know what I'm saying, I ain't got my daughter.
Sexually assaulted?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Okay. So when it happened to you, did you immediately feel like
I liked it?
Exactly, because
I
you
was
a
a
man. I got
child,
too many
man. I'm
home.
different, man.
I got to. No, it ain't just you, and we need to talk about that part too. Because
Yeah.
a lot of men
because
have been sexually assaulted, and that's why they be too freaky when they get older. Because and it be the.
Trust me, I get you, but I'm gonna tell you like this. I didn't deal with it on another
freaky hypersexual.
No, definitely, but on another level, I didn't deal with it. You know, my thing is, I'm not
saying you though.
No, I'm just saying I'm speaking on it because you right. You know, a lot of dudes are like probably like this type shit.
The babysitter and their mama best friend.
My God, cuz.
I've had those conversations with a lot of men. But for men, it be a notch on their belt most of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'm hitting somebody older than me.
For sure.
But for a woman, it's not an immediate. Now, yours thankfully was a woman.
Yeah.
If it was a man older than you,
it would have fucked up. No, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
it would be a different response. So
and what I'm saying is because, like I said, we when you get too emotional about it, you tend to put jackets on people.
Right.
So like that's why I put the disclaimer, because what I'm saying is I know who I am. I don't have a motherfucking need for no young ass girl.
No.
I know who DP is.
But the status that you shared, I read it. It was by Mr. White. I read it.
Right.
He was doing good until he got to like the middle part and the end.
See, and that's the crazy part. See, you know how you read shit and you take certain shit from it.
Yeah.
I understood the general. Right. The general was, hey man, y'all need to get control of your daughters. But that's why I said I didn't agree with the whole shit. That's what I told partner on the thing. Like, hey bro, I'm not saying what he's saying.
Nigga,
what I'm saying
is, bitch ass shit, nigga.
Right. I'm like, no, nigga.
I need to get on your ass, nigga.
Man, and I'm really looking at the nigga like, hey bro, you know me, nigga. Stop commenting like I'm a hoe ass nigga.
I'll say the thing because I seen it and it was inappropriate.
Right.
And the way, even in the climate that we were in at the time that he released it,
it was bad.
It was the wrong time for him to say that.
Yeah.
And because I feel that women need to get their daughters together. Period.
Come on,
and that's just it. Don't have nothing. It don't have nothing to do with what happened.
Yeah.
I think that they allow their daughters to be their friends, and they're not necessarily parenting to where we are producing young girls who are sexually responsible, who are
Who value?
modest, who
Yeah.
have morals and integrity.
Yeah.
I think that we are in a era of city girls.
No, we definitely in a.
and we're in
Come
it.
on,
It ain't
man.
even city girls. It's the whole shift of parenting now. From first it was girls, you know what I'm saying, but now it's to the point where like the video that I shared.
Mm-hmm.
I shared a video because it really fucked me up, man. Because I'm just on Facebook, I'm scrolling, and it said Junior, what whoever, Lil Main birthday party, whatever. So it said check the comments. So I hit the comments. I'm thinking when it said that,
And it's a little
I'm
kid
thinking
party.
no, I'm thinking when I'm thinking it was like some like
Comedy.
the
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah, the Players Club shit.
yeah. So I'm thinking there's somebody. So when I get on there, it's a kid party.
Really a young
It's
nigga with
it's
a
a
daddy
kid
name,
party.
Junior.
Oh, you
And
thinking Players Club
yeah, I'm
Junior?
thinking
Okay,
it's
okay,
like
okay.
some funny. So when I get it's a kid party.
And they
So when I
got
get it, and the kids is like probably 4,
4 to
5 to
7.
7, and then you probably got some big cousins who was 11, 12 years old. You know how they be the bigger kids come
Yeah.
to the little
Right.
kids' birthday parties and stuff. But man, everybody had a bankroll of ones. They all had gold chains on. They all they look like rappers.
Man.
They all look like rappers. They had bottle girls coming out with signs saying happy
The
birthday with
sparkles and
sparkles. You
shit.
know what I'm saying? Man, the kid had apple juice on his head, like they got the Don Julio bottles. And, I say, I know ain't no kid. This kid looks 5, 6 years old. I say, ain't no way a kid this age asked for an adult themed birthday party.
Right.
And the lady commented back and said, actually, he did. And I said, well, damn.
Because it's what he said.
But when I thought about it, I said, damn. And this is okay with society and with you as a parent, but for your son to be this nigga didn't want a Ninja Turtle game. This nigga didn't want
But
a sports. This nigga didn't want.
I'm finna make you think about
But this
something.
is what he sees every day. For him to want a birthday party like this is what he sees every day. And you think that's cool?
Now you ain't gonna like what I'm finna say, but
Talk to me.
I'm finna
Talk
flip it
to
on
me.
you.
What you got?
So you was mad at Junior party, but I know for a fact you and your son listen to Big Booty Ooh and a O, and we going to the strip club throwing ones, and we woo 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 in the phone. Okay,
When my son was that age, we didn't.
hold on,
My son 15 now.
hold on, pause. So what I tell people now, we're gonna go to the spiritual aspect. Music is the only thing that can enter your body involuntarily. Think about, you can hate a song and you know every word. We're allowing our children to fall asleep with them headphones on. We don't know what they listening to.
You right.
It's getting their subconscious. So he ain't been to the strip club physically, but 2 Chainz took him there. When he was he 2 Chainz done took him there. Or NBA YoungBoy, he done took him there. So that's why I be very careful when I say better parenting, because one of the things we got to understand, now feel me on this. My boys was raised 2-parent household. We made sure they had the best of everything. They done flew all over the country, been to Paris, been out of overseas, had done been at the flow at all of the Memphis Grizzly games, etc. Church, this is that and the third. My oldest son was going to Sheridan. Somehow, all of a sudden, he was from the East End. how you from the you from the neighborhood? I ain't never took you there.
But that's where his mama from.
You ain't never You never, but all of a sudden you OTE.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
they start trying to live through their parents and stuff that they've never been and they never have and they
Okay,
never.
but now these are children that I know I done. Our children are facing something very different. It's different
Right.
than us.
Right.
It's a social media. Like I know people, they kids in my house. My kids didn't have no phone until they was 14, and you had to have a permit. And the reason you got a phone was because you was about to drive and you needed to have a phone while you was out in the world. But now they putting 2-year-olds, giving them cell phones. I never forget. My nephew had his iPad and he came in there, he was screaming. He had Googled it was a cartoon called Kick Buttowski. I don't know if you remember that cartoon or not, but he put that in there. It brought up a porn site. He like, TT, no, it's on my iPad. It's all around us. So junior party was just a physical manifestation of what that music that we let them listen to.
Yeah.
It's just a physical manifestation of the social media that we don't control. It's just a physical manifestation of what we're pouring into them. Now, we're not sitting here saying, oh, Junior, go to the club. Oh, Junior, do this, do that. But Junior want to be just like his daddy. So he see his daddy turn up to, he see his mama turn up to, he see this. So, for my birthday, I want to have it like the club, but make it, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I feel you, but still, then our parents didn't give us that.
But our
The
parents,
reason why we
whenever you
had to
get
wait.
done, though, our parents was listening to Shirley Caesar in the car.
No, you don't.
It wasn't
Hold on. So you
no,
must not hear Johnny Taylor.
okay. But it wasn't no, if these big booty bees and woo. It wasn't that.
It still left to imagination. But what I'm saying is, now Luke still, you
It
know what I'm
depends on which
saying?
parent.
Luke,
Cause I rode with my
Well,
daddy.
mama, you
When
was
I rode with
mama.
my
You know what I'm
daddy, I
saying?
rode to listen to. When I rode with my mama,
Yeah,
you know, it was
but the
Whitney
thing
Houston.
is,
Right,
what I'm saying
yeah.
So it
is,
was a different. It was a
but we still
balance. So I
had
got
to
it in both
wait
of them.
till we got older. So we cannot.
No doubt.
You have to
Cause
give
you
kids
knew
to something to anticipate to say, when I get grown enough, I'm gonna be able to do
going to
this.
the club.
But nigga, if we taking them, we already giving them an experience already. Then damn, like what you when you get 18, you gonna be like, man, like the stripper. Y'all seen the stripper party?
The kids with the
They
strippers.
had to. The niggas was
They was
young.
on the
Had
couch.
a grown ass woman
Two
with
of them.
her ass in their face. You see what I'm saying? It's like, damn, as a man, as a young man who grew up, I wouldn't say fast, but nigga, I was doing my thing at a young age. As an adult, I was hot. I'm like, what the fuck? This some real sexual child
But
pornography
I
type
think it's
shit.
the 90s, and I'm no shade. I think it's the 90s and up parents.
Yeah.
Because I'm 80s baby.
DP or
And
60s, baby.
I'm an 80s baby. And I always say people born in the 80s really are a gem to the earth because we were here before the internet was here.
Yeah.
And we was here when it started.
Me too.
Right.
And so, no, you wouldn't.
Young ass
Yes,
nigga.
I
No, you was not.
The internet
Young
wasn't
ass
around
No.
in 91.
Yes, it
No,
was.
it wasn't.
We had dial up, nigga.
No, it was around for sure.
Look at y'all.
It was for sure around, but I think that we gotta go back to training up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he will
friends.
not. Well,
we know. Listen,
I think we was traumatized a little bit though too when with our parents.
We wasn't
because
we knew. We knew. See, listen, I was bad.
I was bad too.
But my mama tore my ass up.
I got whoopings too. But we don't know how to communicate though.
But I
because
knew.
it was shut up and do what I say.
No, listen.
And the bad part about it is we can communicate better and still whoop ass and still get our point across.
Right.
But
listen.
I'm talking about
I do.
our
Oh,
But
yeah.
with our parents,
but
it
that's
wasn't
how
no.
see,
but
yeah,
that's how
yeah,
you
no, I feel
learn.
you, I feel
But that's
you.
how you
I
learn.
feel you.
But I'm saying
People
that's how
say,
you
shut up.
you learn with your
Oh, yeah,
kids.
yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
see, listen. When I had partners that was doing shit, all right, shit, man, we're gonna go down here, ride the Otter Creek, we're gonna steal these bikes, we're gonna do this, shit. All right, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this. Okay, now we finna go down here, we finna rob this store. No, shit, I ain't going to rob the store, because you know what? Shit, if my mama catch us when we rob this store, my mama gonna beat the black off my ass. Now, if I get caught stealing this bike, yeah, I'll probably get my ass whooped, but shit, you know what I'm saying? It was different. We gauged, you know what I knew what to do, I knew what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, kids, hey, you know what?
But
Shit,
we are the ones who desensitize them. And the reason I say that, again, they're given too much at an early age. And so screen time literally is suppressing their corridor, it's suppressing their brain.
And I don't play that shit.
all they got is the
I
phone.
And
All
got
they got is the
babies.
all
tablet.
they
All
have
they
is
got
a
is the
phone,
video
all they
game.
got is a
Play,
tablet.
man, listen.
And then you got kids who from the age of 4 been sitting up playing their Call of Duty. And so for real, I really do believe that these kids nowadays with all these killings, I wholeheartedly believe that they think maybe the people will come back alive or it ain't that serious or because that's all that they're, and I know it seems far-fetched, but they don't value life. But it's
No.
because they've been desensitized in so many
You can
ways.
watch a person get shot to death
Yeah,
on
I can watch
Facebook. You
somebody,
can
and then while I'm playing Call of Duty, I'm watching somebody being shot to death.
Mm-hmm.
We have to, and I know it seemed like, oh well, that's too old school, that's too this. I got a little cousin right now. She got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. They ain't never had no phone. They ain't never had no iPad. We got them busy boards, and one of them can almost read. He's 4.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, they know their sight words, and you got these other kids. They have I'm giving it to them for educational purposes.
they're
They
not.
ain't.
They're
It's
giving them that, but
what? How you spell your name? Orange.
they don't
Come on,
listen.
man. Look, see,
Listen,
man,
that tablet is to shut them up.
That's
They
because
cry.
you
my
don't
Here,
want to
mama.
be
put
a
this in here.
parent.
Here,
Because my nigga
here.
YouTubing. But that's what I don't play that, bro. I don't play that. And see, one of my sons I only get on the weekends, but I can only do so much. But bro, I cut that shit. I cut TV, tablet, nigga. We gonna sit at that little table and we gonna play these. We gonna do these cards. What's
Cross.
this?
Yeah, let's do
What's
this.
this?
Yeah.
Apple. What's
Yeah.
this? Red. What's this? Orange. So I don't, you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
But I want to touch on that too. Now, not talking about your situation.
No.
But that's another problem. It's too many broken homes. You got one set of rules over here. You got another set of rules over here.
Ain't lying.
Daddy only called when I get in trouble. So I'm taught to fear daddy and not have a relationship with
Come
him.
on, man.
I can do whatever it is I want with mama. Mama just gonna go in her room and close the door. And so
Come
we
on,
have to
man.
be
You
it
gonna make me
always
cry in
break
this
back
motherfucker,
down
dog.
to
Right.
at the end of the day,
Us,
we
the parents.
we got out of
Man.
alignment with what God told us to do. Number one. Meaning, because I have a blended family. A blended family is one of the hardest things ever.
It is.
Man.
Because you got a kid who they mama and their family have this set of rules. So if I say you can't bring a phone in my house until you're 14, but their mom say, hey, I let my kid have a phone at 9. So then when they bring the phone, I'm like, well, you got to leave you can't tell my child to,
Come
and
on, man. See, that's what I'm saying. That I like relate to that shit so much because I'm going through it, and it drives me because it's man, it's like man, to be 100 transparent, man. Like I'm like man, I'm having to deal with the shit, and it's like I'm willing to get my son, and it's not to say you a bad parent, but my nigga he needs me.
Mhm.
He needs this
Need both of
foundation.
y'all
He
though.
need both of us, but I need to lay a foundation down as for a young boy to watch a grown man and for me to teach him focus, discipline, structure,
Logic.
and
Because women are
exactly,
very emotional.
exactly. So that's why I'm trying. So me dealing with this is like, man, I hate it because that does hurt a child's mental. Because no, I don't have the issue, the problems that he have at home.
When he
He
was 2, you
ain't
don't have
me.
it.
We
Right.
don't play that, but it's not so much of a scare. My son don't fear me, but
He
he kind of
respects. Right. It's
exactly,
a little bit in there,
exactly. It's
but
like
not
a,
like that's, and that's how it's supposed
and
to
that's
be.
what it be, because I don't kill my kids. I'm not out here just whooping ass for no
Right.
reason. If I discipline my kid, when I discipline my boys,
It's a
I
principle.
stand them up. And it's always calm. It ain't never emotional. I ain't never like, I'm just like, hey bro, you do
I
that
told
again.
you.
And I'm talking about cool. Hey bro, you do that again, I gotta whoop you. And they say, okay. And when they do it again, they thinking, they like, damn, okay. And when I say, oh, come on, bro, come to the back.
But you know why they say okay?
What?
Because their mom is hollering the hundreds. I'm finna get that belt and beat y'all tail.
No,
I'm finna
definitely.
beat y'all tail. And
Definitely.
it never happens.
No,
So
for
then
real.
when you say it and you ain't yelling, oh, he don't mean nothing. He don't
Come
mean.
on,
And
man.
so that's we gotta go back. If we gonna go to the foundation, we gonna go to the foundation.
Yeah,
We did it out of alignment. And so there's consequences
it
when
is.
we come out of alignment.
Yep.
Straight
Now,
up.
do
And
you
that's where
and
we
that's
gotta
one of
be.
them.
And that's where we gotta hold ourselves accountable.
Accountable,
You
straight
Absolutely.
know
up.
what I'm
No,
saying? You know, like no
it's
doubt.
a
You know,
team thing.
no
Like it's
doubt.
both
Absolutely.
of
So
us.
let's
Absolutely.
go ahead now. But that's where we gotta align ourselves and get on the same page because we gotta do what's best for this kid.
Man,
Absolutely.
exactly. But at the
Absolutely.
same time, and I'm not. I don't want to do that. I hate when we talk about solutions. We throw a problem in the solution. I kind of want to end it there. Like we just got to get together. But bro, it's so much. It's
Most of the
emotional
time
when
though,
it comes to that type of shit, bro.
No,
women
no doubt.
cannot separate
Mm-mm.
their emotions from the father enough to co-parent properly.
Exactly.
And women,
Bitch ass nigga, I
we're
remember
the
10 years ago when you nigga forgot Valentine's Day.
Come
What they
on,
gotta do
man.
with Junior?
it don't even have nothing to do with that though. Women, we're the weaker vessel. Just period. No matter how people try to run, we're the weaker
Mm-hmm.
vessel. And we were not designed to carry an extreme, overwhelming load. When you got a woman who she got your kids and you may be taking 100% of your kids, taking care of them. But men tend to think as long as they're providing, that's taking care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But as a woman, I get up in the morning and my boy is big now, so I don't have that problem.
All right.
I get up in the morning, I'm cooking breakfast. I'm kissing and hey, y'all feeling good. But if they got an attitude, I got to cater to one. Then I look up,
Mm-hmm.
I got to be at work at 8. Don't nobody got no clothes on. Now I got to call in. I'm finna be now you done sent all the money for them over there for the week
Mm-hmm.
though. Now I'm finna be late for work. Okay, now I'm in the car. I'm fussing every time it is. And now I gotta be late for work. I get there to take y'all to school. You don't leave your lunchbox at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know what I'm gonna do about lunch. I don't like that food. I ain't bringing you nothing. But as a mama, I feel guilty because I know he's not gonna eat his food and he's going to be there hungry. So either she getting out, either giving the money or going to go put money. This is a typical day now.
Mm-hmm.
Going to go put money on the account at school or either giving him the money, then going to work. They looking me upside my head.
Mm-hmm.
Why you late? Listen, I had to get my kids together. And now my boss got an attitude with me. Now my work day ain't going good. Now I get a call. Well, your baby's been coughing and got a headache, and this is that. She's in the nurse office. Um, Somebody will probably have to come and get her. She already was late to work. Okay, let me call their daddy. Daddy working. He ain't answering the phone. I can't get a hold to daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm drove.
Yeah.
Cause I'm finna have to leave work and go get my baby. I already was late coming to work. So now just forget it. Let me just take whatever day I can take because now I gotta go get my kids. Go get my kids. Now I got to go get medicine and get soup and get this and get that and try to keep the other baby away from this baby because now something is going on.
I'm reading. I feel what you're saying, and that's just like you say. We didn't got out of line
We done
with
got out
how
of
we
alignment
supposed
with
to
it
be. You know what I'm
because
saying?
we need one another.
Come on, man, for
And
real.
this whole 50-50 and this, that, and the third. And I had to sit back and check myself because now one thing I'm not doing, I ain't paying no bills. I'm not doing that.
All right, let's get off this conversation because you
Hold
gonna
on now, but you
don't
gon'
piss me
hold
off.
on. Hold on. But check this out. And that's when, as a man, you have to make sure that you're aligning yourself with the right woman.
Right.
Now, I don't pay fixed bills. I haven't in 14 years.
All right. Shout out to him.
Shout out to my husband. But my husband also ain't been to the grocery store in 14 years to
Come
go
on
in.
now. Come on
You
now.
know what I'm saying? He ain't when he come home from work, it's a breakfast, lunch is always fresh most of the time. And I mean breakfast and dinner is always fresh most of the time. And then lunch I may pre-pack them something. Um I take care of everything when it comes to kids with their extracurricular activities.
Right.
All the household stuff
Yeah.
is taken care of. And if we go on a trip, it's a family trip. Most of the times I pay for the family trip. If it's me and him going somewhere, that's on him. I trick on him a little bit. And so I was like, well, it is really kind of 50-50.
Yeah.
He's
That's a
just
balance,
taking
but that's
care.
balance.
It's
Yeah,
balance.
But that's
Yeah.
a balance.
that's balance.
But that's look, it's people saying I ain't paying no bills. Shit, and that nigga better come
Yeah.
home when he come home. Shoot, I worked all day.
Hey,
That nigga
listen,
get
hey,
to
check
cook
this
dinner
out.
and help the kids.
Y'all two old motherfuckers is preaching. But I need to say this. I need to get this out
Okay.
because I had points. I took notes. I had shit
Okay, come
that
on.
that I
Let's go.
wanted
Let
to
him
say
get it
Let's
because
out.
I
go.
want people to understand my sentiment when it comes to this. I don't want motherfuckers to think when I'm saying that parents could do more to stop. No, it's things that we can do, and it's shit that's proven, and it ain't nothing foolproof. You know
Foolproof.
what I'm
No,
saying?
no
Like
doubt.
ain't nothing
I agree.
foolproof,
I agree.
nigga. We winging it a lot of the times,
No,
but
not
if
all
we
the time. We're winging. Ain't
exactly
there's no manual.
right, but if we do some studying, some reaching, like I said, I took these notes to
Okay.
stop a lot of shit.
Let's
Like,
hear
for
your note.
example, like open communication. Children who have open, trusting relationships with their parents are more likely to disclose abuse early, which can prevent long-term harm. Regular check-ins and a culture of openness can reduce vulnerability by 30 or 40% because predators often seek children who are isolated and less likely to report. You
Come
see what
on
I'm
now.
saying? So I'm saying it's shit. We just have to do the work. You know what I'm
I've been
saying?
holding this one for you, but
You
this
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
prove your point.
Yeah. So, but as for example, education and awareness. I'm gonna keep it a G. Like nigga, when I got sexually assaulted, nigga, I was a baby. I was a child. Like nigga, I'm talking about 6. You know what I'm saying? But I like between the legs type shit. But it's got educational awareness. Children who receive regular age appropriate education on body safety are 40% less likely to be targeted by predators. You know what I'm saying? So when we tell our kids that's your wee wee, that's your
Right.
toonie toonie, and if
Right.
a nigga do this, you know
If
what I'm
your
saying?
uncle touch it, your whoever
Man,
touch it,
you
if
Right.
it ain't me or your mama, come tell
come
daddy.
on, man. So these it's just certain things with it like digital safety because we live in a digital world now.
Right.
We gotta
Hey,
we got to
let me
be.
see that
I don't give a
phone.
fuck
You
how
can't go
old you
look at
is.
explicit. You
When
can't
you
look
get out
at.
my house, that's when I'm not looking no more. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
I get you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying I took these notes so people can understand that when I'm saying these things, I'm be
Not
looking to
saying
make
you
sure.
fucked up as a parent,
Right,
so
I'm
it's your
not
fault that
saying
you
that,
know.
but I'm a logical man. We have to be logical and take the emotions out for us to come to a solution on our end to better prepare for shit like this. Because like I say, just cause I'm not like that don't mean niggas ain't like that. We gotta prepare for them niggas. And we gotta teach our young men the laws now. Because it's so much shit as an adult woman and an adult man, it's so much against these young boys that you don't understand that, brother. I don't care, nigga. Simple story. I ain't gonna say no name, nothing. But nigga, I don't care, nigga, if a woman's pulling you, dragging on you, kissing on your neck, and she pull you in the room, she pull your pants down. Nigga, if that woman drunk and she say he raped me, nigga, you're out of there.
it's almost impossible to beat. You know what I'm
You see
saying?
what I'm saying?
I've taught my boys these things, and then I'm gonna tell you something to help you.
No, do you think?
Your penis could actually be inside a woman, and if she says no, that's your last straw. A woman that's incoherent can't make a decision. But we're bringing all of these up, and your points were excellent. But those are for parents who care about raising their children. And most of these instances that we've seen, parents didn't care. And so that brings me back to it truly is the responsibility of that person not to have interest in a child.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just that. Now, to make you want to know over there with this here, I was watching To Catch a Predator. And they asked one of the predators, how do you pick your victims? So, and you're absolutely right. He said, I don't look at the child, I look at the parent. I look for the parent who don't pay attention. I look for the parent who, the woman who just really want a man around. And I look for the parent who is going to be wrapped up in me, not the kids, who's going to put me before the kids, because then I know I have a gateway.
Right.
That's an opening.
That's the opening.
Right.
So the thing now, the thing that we just gotta, because I personally do not believe or think that my sons have ever been sexually assaulted.
Right.
They've never came to me and told me. They've never, you know what I'm saying? But I will say this. It was an instance that happened at my niece's school. Something happened. Somebody said something crazy to her, did something to her. And she didn't come back and tell me. She normally tell me everything. She didn't tell me that. And once I found out about it, I was like, why you didn't tell me? I didn't want you to go to jail, TT. And I'm like, well, why would I go to jail? Because I knew you would have killed him. Or I knew you would have. A lot of times, kids can't process. Even the good parents, your boys know you pulling up about them. So some stuff that happens, they think about their daddy and think about the response. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's when we gotta be able to let them know. Listen,
Absolutely.
whether it's minute or whether it's, you know what I'm saying,
From the biggest to the littlest.
you know what I'm saying.
But
Regardless,
I've had those conversations with my niece. But in that moment, she thought because of how it happened, if she told her TT, she knew I was coming up there and it was over with.
Right.
And so
And
there's
it
just
probably was.
it definitely was over with after I found out.
It probably was.
But it's just so many, it's so many ways and so many aspects. It's so many roots and so many things.
Definitely.
When it comes to it, the number one thing we have to start doing is covering our children in prayer. So that when we can't get to them, or there's an emotion that they're feeling that they can't necessarily articulate to us as a parent, we're asking God, please send your protection. Place a hedge of protection around them. Never let them be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Always the right place at the right time. God, send your angels. If something is going on with them, let them be. We got to make sure we're covering our children in prayer. And
Granny did us like that. Granny did us like that.
I had
and that's just,
and that's
honest.
real.
Sure, because I know, man, we ain't gonna go there, man.
No, say it. You still was
certain
on some
situations that,
bullshit.
no,
That
but it's
big
been
granny done paid
situations,
for the
but
nigga
it's
and he
been
went
situations
outside.
that, shit, man, that's just because them prayers, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just been at the party and, sure, the nigga that was shooting was right behind my head.
For real.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? I'd have been like, for real.
I was watching a video and this lady who practiced witchcraft, she used to practice witchcraft. She's now born by believer. She said she was a teacher. And she said, a lot of her, because children are innocent. And so that's where the their power. They, when you're a warlock or witch, whatever, that's where they pull it from, children. And she said, they would definitely go and do little stuff to kids to pull their power and speak over their destiny. She said, but some of the kids had a wall of fire, like you could see it in the spiritual realm, had a wall of fire around them. And she said she knew that those were the children who parents was praying over them. And she said they were impenetrable.
That's all right there.
Well, man.
Yeah. I can dig it. Man, Ebony, man, this has definitely been a treat.
This has been y'all best episode ever.
Right.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, give me that.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely,
It's been a
this
good one.
definitely
It's been a
something.
good one. It's been a good one.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. This definitely something to go back and watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't watch ours. I'll probably watch this one. I do the editing, so I'm watching it while I'm editing. But this is something to go back and say, man, some points. You know what I'm saying? Because we spoke on some. You definitely and that's why I needed you. I needed a woman's perspective on a situation that requires emotional care. You know what I'm saying? Because me and DP, we men. And we men,
say something, then
you know what I'm
we'll
saying?
post
It
this
might
video, and they'll tear our ass up
Yeah,
next
you
week
see
when
what
we
I'm
drop this
saying?
interview.
Right.
They'll be like,
they like,
"Nigga,
man,
you-"
y'all niggas predators too, nigga. And they be like, come on, man.
But it was a lot of people who failed those girls in that situation. I personally believe, because there were people who knew. And I even had someone tell me that they had someone who danced there, and somebody came up to them and was like, hey, be careful with your daughter, because he done been rumors about such and such.
Yeah.
And so the person was like, I thought she was lying, because if he's been rumored to have such and such going
Why
on,
you still here?
still here. And so she was like, she kept her daughter on it. She thought maybe it was just some hating going on, woo, woo, woo. Because if I know that this has been a rumor, because for me, I'm out now. Women, I'm not gonna say I don't believe, but the story need to make sense to me. But a child, I don't care if they lying.
Yeah.
If they say what I'm not gonna try to figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with what the child say.
Right.
And so I just don't understand how y'all still y'all know this, and y'all have seen behaviors, and even from a year ago, allegedly it was a little boy who was on there that he was bothering, and y'all knew this, and still was bringing y'all daughters, and still. So I think those type of situations, if they fail the children.
Yeah.
No, definitely, man. As a community, we gotta do better.
For sure.
We definitely gotta do better.
The village gotta get back strong, bro. You know? And then we say that, but a lot of times, even back in the day, that was swept under the rug.
For sure.
Because
that's where it started.
It was your uncle, it was your granddad, it was Pawpaw, it was such and such.
We got a lot of popular predators around here.
We didn't speak on it. Your mama, your mama tell you, you know what I'm saying? And mama done ran me down some shit. I'd be like, what?
Right.
Which camera is focused on me?
No.
We have a lot of popular predators around here that y'all don't have the same energy about. Be better. Do better. Protect our children regardless of who it is.
Amen.
Hey, man, I can dig that, man. Well, like I say, man, we appreciate you for coming on the podcast. Hopefully we can get you back.
Like you said, we have to get you back in here.
I definitely will come. It was a pleasure. I think that what you all are doing is amazing. I enjoy that you really do take your craft seriously, and it's not just somebody up here recording from their phone. Like, y'all actually had questions and y'all tuned in. I think that this will be blessed, and I pray that whatever it is that y'all, wherever y'all take it, that God's hand is in it, and that you elevate. And I look up and like, I know them. They're my cousins.
Right.
Hit y'all with them cousins. You know you done made it when they start calling you cousins.
Next time we'll talk about the meatloaf. But
like we always say,
it's always a treat
when players meet.
Come on.